Tonight, a terrifying attack on a Hanukkah celebration.
He took out his knife sword from a holder and started hitting people back and forth. He didn't say anything.
An intruder with a machete leaves 5 wounded and the Jewish community traumatized. Inside a Texas church, worshipers stop a deadly shooting rampage. Baby Eva's best hope is the world's most expensive drug, but her family needs to win a controversial lottery.
It's a crisis.
A growing number of landlords using renovations to evict tenants. This is The National. Good evening, I'm David Common filling in. Hanukkah is a time of celebration, but tonight a cloud of fear and sadness hangs over it. Last night's attack at a rabbi's house in New York is just the latest in a string of violence targeting Jews in the U.S. And as Paul Hunter tells us, some are calling the attack terrorism.
Mr. Thomas, why'd you do it?
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The suspect facing 5 counts of attempted murder with bail set at $5 million didn't answer. But as he was arraigned today, Grafton Thomas from Greenwood Lake, New York, pleaded not guilty. Last night, the latest apparent hate crime to scar this country. This one during Hanukkah celebrations in Monsey, northwest of New York City, at the home of a rabbi packed with dozens of people. Say witnesses, a man walked inside with what appeared to be some kind of sword and began slashing.
Swinging is a sword, knife, I don't know what it was, back and forth, hitting people.
These photos taken afterward, evidence of the brutality and the rush to save lives. Those inside threw furniture at the attacker, who fled but was soon arrested in Manhattan.
I think this is an act of terrorism.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo now wants his state to consider domestic terrorism legislation.
They are trying to inflict fear. They're motivated by hate. They are doing mass attacks. These are terrorists.
By Cuomo's count, this was the 13th hate-based attack in these parts just this month. In Jersey City, December 10th, 6 died in a gun battle at a kosher food mart, say authorities, fueled by hate. America's deadliest anti-Semitic attack was just last year when 11 were shot dead at a synagogue in Pittsburgh.
This is an intolerant time in this country. We see anger, we see hatred exploding. It is an American cancer in the body politic.
Today, unbowed and outside the scene of the attack, they rejoiced in their faith and community, even as many almost certainly worry, what next? Paul Hunter, CBC News, Washington.
As news of the New York attack ricocheted around the world, it's been met with condemnation, sorrow, but not necessarily surprise. Anti-Semitic threats, vandalism, and violence are increasingly commonplace. The response Jayla Bernstein found was fear, but also defiance.
This public ceremony of light, planned long before last night's attack, happens to fall on a night when this community needs it most.
This is really about spreading light over darkness, about goodness over hatred, about the fact that we have the ability to decide our own narrative.
But some were too afraid to come out tonight amid mounting violence targeting Jews that has many on edge. This year alone, there was the deadly shooting at a synagogue in California on Passover. Then 2 were killed in Germany on Yom Kippur. And just yesterday, in the middle of Hanukkah, anti-Semitic graffiti was spray painted on a London synagogue.
There's no doubt that there has been a rise in anti-Semitic attacks over the past year plus.
In Canada, more hate crimes target the Jewish community than any other. In 2018, police reported 347 hate crimes against Jewish people. That's actually slightly down from the year before.
We're not going to cower, but rather we're going to work with our partners in the broader society, be more prepared in terms of security, but at the same time celebrate being Jewish in this great country.
The Prime Minister condemned the attack in New York, tweeting, Last night's attack on Jews celebrating Hanukkah in New York is a sad reminder of the rising numbers of such heinous acts. We must all come together to end them. While this community in Montreal is refusing to hide in fear, it's also taking precautions. In the past year, it has added locks to its doors.
It is part of everyday life as a Jew. There's lots of hatred out there for all kinds of different races and cultures and religions, but as long as we stand together, we'll be able to overcome it as best as we can together.
Rabbi Bernath says that resiliency is at the core of Hanukkah, and also choosing to respond to the darkness and hatred with light and kindness. Jayla Bernstein, CBC News, Montreal.
And in Texas today, worshipers at a church were targeted. A gunman opened fire during the service. He killed one, wounded another, but it was on the verge of being much worse. Anita Bath on how today's attack could be used to argue that countering gun violence means allowing more guns.
A seemingly typical Sunday for members of the West Freeway Church of Christ until moments into communion, an unknown man stands up, whispers something to another man, and opens fire. The entire attack recorded on the church's live stream. A shooting rampage quickly stopped by two parishioners who themselves were carrying guns.
You have a couple of heroic parishioners who stopped short of just anything that you could even imagine and saved countless lives.
The shooter died on his way to hospital.
I heard the first shot go off, and I wasn't sure what. I smelled the cordite, and then
he knocked me down.
put her down the floor, got on top of her, and that's all I could do.
The shooter was sitting next to my mother, and so she's the one that recognized that he had a fake beard on and fake sunglasses on.
As many as 300 people were inside the church when bullets rang out.
She knew from growing up at the church that she didn't recognize this gentleman, and he got up a couple of times and then he sat back down, and then she just kept an eye on him. The moment she saw the shotgun come out, she went under the bench and hid.
This city is just 4 hours north of Sutherland Springs, where 26 people were gunned down in a small church 2 years ago. That led to a new law that came into effect in September, allowing licensed gun owners to carry in houses of worship. And even in the wake of violence, worshipers here expressing empathy for the shooter.
I don't know what his mental state was, but my heart goes out to his family because they have to live with this.
Members of the church turn to their faith for comfort. Anita Bath, CBC News, Vancouver.
A couple of other international stories we're watching tonight. First, to Somalia. No one has claimed responsibility for yesterday's devastating truck bombing in Mogadishu. At least 79 people were killed and another 125 wounded. Most of the victims were students on their way to university. Today, more than a dozen survivors, including small children, were airlifted to Turkey for treatment. This was the worst attack in Mogadishu since 2017. And in Ukraine, forces carried out a prisoner exchange with Russian-backed separatists involving 200 people. Ukraine's president joined relatives at an airport in Kiev to receive the prisoners. Russian and Ukrainian leaders agreed to the swap earlier this month in an effort to improve strained relations. At least 40,000 people have been ordered to leave a section of eastern Australia tonight or risk being trapped by flames. 3 large wildfires are growing in size in an area called Gippsland, east of Melbourne. They're expected to cross and block a major route known as the Prince's Highway. Tanya Fletcher has more on Australia's latest wildfire danger.
It's a very serious, life-threatening situation.
It's been bad for weeks, and it's about to get worse. Massive fires are threatening the tourist region. The message for the tens of thousands vacationing there: get out.
If you're holidaying in that part of the state, it's time that you left.
The flames have shut down major roads, many the only access points into and out of communities. People are being told if they don't leave now, they could wind up trapped. The extreme fire risk has canceled a popular music festival. Thousands of fans have had to ditch their tents and leave.
It's pretty disappointing, but obviously understand that it's for safety reasons and got to do what's right for the general public.
Even Sydney's iconic New Year's Eve fireworks are now in jeopardy.
We'll work through to make sure that risk is appropriately addressed, and where necessary, we won't allow them to go ahead.
Calls are mounting to cancel the event and donate the money to fire relief efforts instead. Not possible, say organizers.
Preparations for these celebrations began 15 months ago, which means that most of the budget has already been spent.
For now, the show will go on, barring catastrophic conditions, and that largely depends on the weather.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be dry, it's going to be windy.
The heat wave is forecast to intensify this week, with temperatures soaring into the 40s, a problem for the wildfires and the wildlife.
Very thirsty boy.
Poor little thing.
The extreme summer weather becoming the biggest enemy for those on the front lines, many of them volunteers.
She got everybody from their 20s to their 70s, and they're still working, they're still belonging, they're still caring for the community and each other.
Communities banding together in the face of flames that still show no signs of subsiding. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, Vancouver.
Here in Canada, a fire has gutted a hockey rink on Prince Edward Island.
The community sports centers in this province, they mean everything to us. You know, they are our communities.
Flames ripped through the Tyne Valley Community Sports Center overnight. No one was injured. The rink was a hub of activity for the local community. It had only just reopened after some air quality issues. No word yet on the cause of the fire. And a fire broke out early this morning at a seniors' residence in Trois-Pistoles, Quebec. That's about 2.5 hours northeast of Quebec City. No one was hurt, but all 71 residents were taken to hospital as a precaution. Most have now been moved to other facilities. Damage to the building is relatively minor. A Toronto family is at wit's end trying to help their baby daughter. A rare disease is attacking her muscles. But the drug that could change her life costs a fortune, and it's not approved for use in Canada. Olivia Stefanovic shows us how a controversial drug lottery is giving them some tenuous hope.
This is what it takes every day to care for Eva Batista.
Baby, you want to give me the mask?
Parents Jessica and Ricardo use a suction mask to keep saliva from building up. At 4 months, Eva is too weak to eat or breathe through the night on her own.
It's crippling. Your muscles deteriorate.
Eva has spinal muscular atrophy, a rare, potentially deadly genetic disease. Her parents say Eva's best hope is a one-time gene therapy injection. It's considered the world's most expensive drug, costing $2.8 million. So far, only approved in the U.S.
To say that your therapy has the potential to be curative is huge.
The Swiss company behind the treatment, Novartis, is offering 100 free doses of Zolgensma through a lottery in the new year.
Access to it should be based on need, not how lucky you are.
This health policy expert says Zolgensma should be distributed through a needs-based system. As for the cost,
this is an example of drug companies exploiting people's desperation.
The Batistas want a shot at that lottery, but they have to prove Eva's current treatment is ineffective.
And the fact that we can't get access to it until she's basically on her last breaths, like that's not fair. That's not fair.
The family can try to get special access through Health Canada, but they face similar hurdles.
I would hope that the health minister would intervene.
Critics are calling for changes to the approval process for restricted medications.
I think this case speaks to exactly the reason why we need a national framework for these orphan drugs.
The federal government is developing a strategy to deal with high-cost drugs for rare diseases. Meanwhile, the clock keeps ticking for the Batistas. The potentially life-saving drug needs to be given to Eva before she turns 2.
You smell like formula.
Olivia Stefanovic, CBC News, Toronto.
There is encouraging news for another family we've been following, dreaming of the day they can pay for their child's treatment.
Our piece that we have to raise is $3 million in a year.
In a year?
In a year.
So the year is because we want them to come up with the gene therapy as soon as possible for Michael. The earlier, the better.
2-year-old Michael Pirovalakis has a rare genetic disorder that will rob him of brain function and the use of his limbs. His case is the only one in Canada, and his potential cure has to be custom made. The good news is their fundraising campaign has now surpassed $1 million, and it's already paying for the necessary research. About halfway up the west coast of Vancouver Island is a remote community experiencing something new and exciting: cell service. A house at BC just got its first wireless tower, and as Greg Rasmussen shows us, it's already changing everyday life.
School's out in a house-it. Like other teenagers, kids bury their faces in their cell phones. But in this Indigenous community of 900 on an isolated island off the rugged west coast, it's a brand new experience.
I was happy that I could receive text messages and not use my Wi-Fi.
A little different, everybody's on their phone more. Yeah.
Teacher Ethan Wills is now in the same boat as most Canadian educators.
When the switch was flicked, you could tell kids were a little more distracted and a little less attentive to me, unfortunately. Ultimately, I do think it's going to be a major benefit for them. Having more information coming, more information readily available is a good thing. We just got to figure out how to navigate around it.
TELUS has just finished this $500,000 tower in the middle of the community. For some, it's life-changing. It's now easier for Gino John to arrange medical care for his special needs child.
I have no landline, and having this kind of benefits just to email his doctors.
Before cell service, VHF radios were the best way to get a taste of what was happening.
Yeah, apple turnovers for sale, Black Forest chocolate cupcakes.
VHFs are everywhere, in vehicles, homes, and even on the hip. Today, word spreads about a wild animal near the school.
Please come pick them
It's a
up.
cougar wandering under there. Bonnie, I'll be out for about half an hour.
Okay.
The new cell service should help keep people safe on the ocean.
Your highway is a paved highway, ours is water highway.
In 2015, the whale-watching boat Leviathan II sank nearby. 6 people died, but rescuers from a house-it saved 21 others. A lack of cell service made it difficult to coordinate the rescue.
It'll make it more quicker to communicate with the people we need to communicate with.
90% of Indigenous communities in BC now have cell service, but building towers is expensive, meaning isolated areas with small numbers of people still lack coverage.
Some of the highways still have some gaps from connectivity, and we're working on that. And in that way, we are looking to government to say, how can we work together?
We'll see you later.
In a house-it, people are quickly getting used to the new service.
Get a text message to my mom. I should tell her.
What are you typing there?
I just put them on the news, Mom.
And proving it by sending off a quick selfie.
Oh, there's the camera. There we go. Okay.
Greg Rasmussen, CBC News, a house-it, BC.
Next on The National, a growing problem in Canada's big cities. How landlords are using renovations to evict tenants and raise rent. And later, the cross-country manhunt that gripped the nation. Hear from our reporters who tracked the search. If buying a home is a far-off dream, renting is the default option. But little by little, in some of Canada's biggest cities, that's slipping out of reach too. Experts routinely describe it as a rental housing crisis. From 2018 to 2019, the cost to rent a two-bedroom apartment in Toronto jumped 4.5%. In Vancouver, 6.3%. A years-long trend with no end in sight. But regulations restrict how much a landlord can jack up an existing tenant's rent. To fully cash in, sometimes tenants need to be forced out and replaced. A favored trick? Evict to make way for renovations, and for tenants, fighting renovictions isn't easy. So which apartment was yours?
The very top one.
Right up here?
Yes, the third floor.
When the eviction notice first appeared, Yvonne Wagmar didn't believe it.
It's already getting, I guess, erased for me.
In an already tight housing market, the new owners of his building had other plans. They say they approached renovations with respect for tenants and the law in mind. But Yvonne was still forced out. Oh, new framing. They're renovating.
Yep.
Sometimes the renovations are so minor that tenants protest why they should even be forced out. That happened earlier this year here, where tenants say little work was done after they were evicted, only to see new tenants pay substantially more, often when foreign investors buy up rental real estate. Toronto City Councillor Paula Fletcher says renoviction rates are way up.
Someone who doesn't live in Toronto buys a building and then starts renovicting tenants, saying that they need to leave, they're going to demolish the building, they're going to do something, and then affordable units go from pretty affordable to triple that amount.
Why do you think this is happening?
Well, apparently a rental is the next big investment.
And that's happening across Canada's big cities, including Montreal. So this is one of the buildings?
Yeah, this is one of the buildings.
Okay, how many people from here then are facing a renoviction or have already been renovicted?
Okay, there are about, in January this year, about 20 tenants received.
20?
Yeah, 20 on the 36 tenants received a letter asking to end the lease, and a lot of harassment started from there.
Housing advocate Martin Blanchard is inundated with reports of renovictions. How many calls are you getting about this?
We used to get, I don't know, 50 to 100 per year. Now we get many hundreds every year. It's a crisis.
How easy is it to fight?
It's very hard.
Inside that building, advocate and tenants are planning their next moves. Yannick Merion lives in the basement. He, like most others here, have been told by the owner's representative to move out.
Always say, oh, you don't have the choice, you have to leave. Not maybe, it's you have to leave, we have to do this, it's dangerous for your life.
But Yannick questions just how major those renovations really are and whether he really needs to leave or whether he's being pushed out to make way for a tenant who will pay more.
I don't have the time and I don't have money to leave or buy something else.
As Yannick fights to stay, Radina Pavukcheva has already moved on and moved out, alleging she was harassed to leave.
It was 8 months of pressure, and it just became like a psychological stress. We had mice, garbage wasn't getting picked up in the back. There was noise from renovations in the neighboring apartments. So they were doing everything to make us feel uncomfortable and unwanted in our own place.
The new building manager says exterminators dealt with mice quickly and that the garbage pickup problem was temporary, one beyond their control. He also argues renovations were extensive, $100,000 for plumbing alone. He argues everything was done in good faith. The tenants, though, see things differently. Do you feel like you were lied to?
Oh yes, I mean I knew I was lied to 24 hours after it happened. Yeah.
These kinds of evictions deserve special scrutiny about whether the applications are being brought in good faith.
Lawyer Kenneth Hale can barely keep up with the renovictions brought before him. He's calling for action in Ontario to ensure owners prove that proposed renovations are so substantial eviction is really the only answer.
They should take away the economic incentive to evict people, and that would be by putting restrictions on the amount of rent increase that can happen in between tenants. Because right now it's unlimited, and we just see it as an opportunity for landlords to rent gouge. And that shouldn't be allowed.
These are your neighbors.
Yeah, this was my cousin's hangout spot.
Yvonne has moved back in with his mother, unable to afford rent and stay in the same area. He's coming to terms with the loss of his home.
But I've been pretty depressed since this happened. I honestly haven't even unpacked my stuff. Like, I packed it up quickly to get the hell out, but I haven't unpacked stuff. I don't kind of want to look at it, or I'm still absorbing this.
Now he helps others fight, helps the many he knows facing rent eviction to use the law and push back. It's not an easy battle. And it's a battle that we're hearing about from many people right across the country. Time now for a quick break, but still ahead on The National. Inside an intense, weeks-long RCMP manhunt, our reporters take us through the investigation that captured worldwide attention. That's next.
3 murders.
What happened here? I can't remember. What's wrong with me?
This could be your mind's way of protecting you.
Will Murdoch's unorthodox plan uncover the truth?
Are you sure about this? Not entirely, sir.
Murdoch Mysteries returns January 6th on CBC and CBC Gem.
As we look back at 2019, one of the most captivating stories was a very scary one for many Canadians. For weeks in the summer, 2 killers were on the run, heading from community to community, province to province, with police and the public on the hunt. The trail started with murder in British Columbia and ended with the killers' deaths in remote Manitoba. In both provinces, Tanya Fletcher and Angela Johnson tracked the story as it unfolded.
The cross-country manhunt was by far the biggest story I covered this year. It started in mid-July as a BC story, but quickly unfolded into an international situation.
It's unusual to have 2 major investigations undergoing of this nature in northern BC at the same time.
It started with 3 people dead at 2 separate crime scenes that were far apart in remote areas of northern BC, all within a week. And at the same time, we had 2 teen boys, essentially, who were missing.
If you met these 2 fellows, you know, they're not people that you would be afraid of.
At the time, we didn't realize they were suspects, and that's when everything changed. That moment, that day, when police declared that these 2 teens had gone from simply missing to fugitives.
The RCMP are now considering Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski as suspects.
We got the call from our assignment desk saying, you need to go to Port Alberni on Vancouver Island, their hometown, and find out who these boys are. Port Alberni is a picturesque city of about 20,000 people, just about smack dab in the middle of Vancouver Island. But none here ever thought that news would involve 2 of their own and are now murder suspects at the center of a cross-country manhunt. This is a community that is small enough that this is the story everyone was talking about, yet big enough it was hard to find people who really knew these 2 well.
He was definitely not the average guy, and he was a little bit weird.
He just gave off a weird kind of a vibe. He just, after a while, just started making people feel uncomfortable.
It was interesting to see the compassion from the community towards the parents, because they said, you know, regardless of how this turns out, I can't imagine going through that as a mother or a father. And that's really what struck me, was even the support from complete strangers, of course for the victims' families, but also for the suspects' families as well.
Later that same day, a short drive east, Schmigelski and McLeod were spotted in a store in Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. By Monday, they were in northern Manitoba.
We had obviously been watching this story evolve over a number of days, and RCMP put out a tweet saying that they believed that the pair could be in the Gillam area.
The RCMP manhunt moved through the forest near Gillam.
And from that moment, we just sprung into action. The story had arrived on our doorstep, and it was kind of a frantic chase after that.
It's rugged terrain, and somewhere in this vast northern landscape, RCMP believe Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski are on the run.
It was very challenging being up in this environment.
With a heat-sensing drone in the sky and a little extra help on the ground, this concerted effort to track down the 2 suspects who remain on the run comes on a day when the elements are not working in anyone's favor.
And so this area was so big, and we never knew where exactly RCMP would be searching. One day they would be searching in the town of Gillam. You know, the next day they might be searching near a hydro development or way down the road. And so every day we'd wake up and sort of just try to hope that we could figure out what was going on and where the searching was taking place. And the terrain was so difficult. Like, this is dense bush, swampy, buggy. There's areas that don't have cell service. You know, so just logistically trying to piece together each day, it was a challenge.
This morning, at approximately 10 a.m., RCMP officers located 2 male bodies.
Here in Gillam, nagging fear and that heavy police presence had become the norm. So today, word that it's all finally over was met with relief. This story has not necessarily ended for the people living in this area. People are still scared. People still lock their doors. So You know, even though it seemed like the story was over for people that really were living it, I don't think it ended that day that the bodies were found.
Most puzzling of all is why. Why, as police allege, did these two young men kill Lucas Fowler, China Dees, and Leonard Dick? Certainly in Port Alberni, where they were from, people didn't want to talk to us anymore. They wanted closure, and so it was really difficult for people to be able to get that, with the biggest question of all still unanswered, and that being why.
After the break, a group of women helped win the Second World War. But you've probably never heard their names. For decades, they were sworn to secrecy. We will introduce you to them next.
On the next episode of 22 Minutes.
Can you help me get a quote on home insurance?
You gotta get back to Queen's Park, Dougie.
Ontario needs you more than we do.
Returns January 7th on CBC and CBC Gem.
Sorry, no offense.
Hey.
I'm Jamie Poisson, and tomorrow on CBC's daily news podcast Front Burner, we talk about the now truly global cultural sensation K-pop and the scandals that have plagued the Korean pop world this year. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
As we near the end of the year, we're taking a look back. 2019 was the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And while that was a time to honor the sacrifice soldiers made, there were others helping that day, working in secret, playing a part in winning the war. Among them, a group of women in the Royal Canadian Navy who were sometimes called the listeners. For years, they were forbidden from talking about what they did. Now they can. And they told their stories to Adrian.
In step now as they were then. All working as one as they were then. This commemoration of the Battle of the Atlantic, an annual plea to remember the names, the stories of the Second World War.
Wavern, lost with 8 lives on February 22nd in 1843.
Not all have been told. Some have been locked away. Their keepers, the likes of 96-year-old Elsa Lassard, once ordered to keep them quiet. And for decades she did. Many of her compatriots went to their graves saying nothing of their service. But Elsa now wants the world to know what the women who were the code breakers and the listeners did, because it was huge.
The listeners around the world shortened the war by 2 years, at least, and saved 250,000 lives. So that makes me feel pretty important and in good company.
A few things to know about Elsa.
Let me look at you. Thanks, Elsa.
There aren't many like her.
I'll do it.
Oh no, hang on.
Let me do it.
Oh geez, okay. I think.
And if people can be national treasures, well, she's one of Canada's.
Voila! Wow.
In that hefty bag of mementos, her war story.
I was 22.
22? Just a kid?
Young Elsa Lassard was one of 7,000 Canadian Wrens. Those are members of the Women's Royal Canadian Naval Service. Just as her brothers enrolled to fight, she stepped up too, but was tasked with a very different mission.
I got my Morse code training, and then I was sent to Coverdale, and it had a bog, which is perfect for reception.
Just across the river from Moncton was where Coverdale was perched. That was the name for a signals intelligence post opened in 1944. The work was secret. The place staffed entirely by women, trained to monitor German U-boat activity, intercept their messages back to Nazi Germany, and ensure they weren't heading down the St. Lawrence. These women were on the front line of breaking the German code, spent entire shifts listening for the tiniest, most distinctive sounds.
I'm curious if you can take me into those headphones.
Oh, it's noisy. All the shipping that's up and down the waters are forever sending messages. It's called traffic. It's like this.
Yeah.
And have to find your U-boat.
What was that sound when you knew a U-boat was trying to communicate?
It was called E-bar. So as soon as we got our U-boat, we hung on in there and copied. And you just copied like mad in pencil. And as the supervisor went around, as she saw you getting towards the last of the bed, they zipped it off the copy pad and sent it down the hall in a teletype operator, sent it off to England at Bletchley Park.
What a famous name that is.
Who are you?
Alan Turing.
Yeah, Turing. A mathematician.
Correct.
Why do you...
Bletchley Park. The crucial and covert government station in the UK where a team led by Alan Turing broke the Enigma code. That was the German encryption system. Breaking that code meant the Allies could figure out what the Germans were really up to. The 2014 movie, The Imitation Game, showed the world what Bletchley did and just how urgent it was that it all be kept quiet in those delicate days.
Now for the hard part. Keeping it a secret.
Even the Bletchley outstations across the Atlantic, like Coverdale, and their workers, like Elsa, were under the same orders.
At what point did somebody tell you your work is secret?
All we know is that we were sworn to secrecy for at least 40 years.
40 years.
It was on pain of death. You didn't think about it twice.
I can see her every day and talk to her or feel her gaze.
The idea of staying silent about all those sounds they intercepted stuck with Canada's Wrens. Isabel Arthur's mother was Lieutenant Sheila Mappin,
Still had the hair of the time and the very determined look.
who always played down any questions about her service.
Even 60 years at the time after, when I would say, "Mais maman, it would be great to know about it." And she felt that national security was still involved and perhaps at risk if you talked. There they were at a picnic, but still in uniform, wearing their tie.
Information trickled out over the years in the most curious and subtle of ways. Isabel was an adult before the seriousness of it sunk in.
I was in Montreal staying with her for a few days, and we watched television, and there was a show or a movie on, I don't even remember, and there was some exchanges in Japanese, and she burst out laughing, or she made a comment, and I asked her how did she know Japanese, and she sort of started talking that it had been what she had done a little bit during the war, but as always, as soon as you probed, she would stop talking about it. Lo and behold, I go down to Mappin and I find her name, Sheila Bell.
Isabel wrote for her mother's war records. They were so cryptic they were hard to understand.
Pembroke 5, and in my little research, I knew then that that was a code for Bletchley.
But it became clear she had led a group of 15 Canadian women working in Bletchley, had met Alan Turing. It wasn't until 2009 that those who did this code work were recognized with medals. By then, many were gone, but it arrived in time for Isabel's mother.
I think that's what made a difference in her deciding to talk about it. It says, we also served. And that is what became important to her, that the world might sound a bit pretentious, but at least others would know that they also served.
But even the women themselves have sometimes needed encouragement to realize what they did mattered.
And that's you?
Yeah, this is our kitchen.
Mary Owen almost had to be goaded into filling out the paperwork for her medal.
It took me so long to get that medal because I didn't think I was worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
Lest she still doubt, Mary Owen and her work mattered.
This is what we wore, keep warm.
She was sent to the southernmost point of Nova Scotia, Vaquero, to operate what was called a Loran machine.
That stands for long-range navigation?
Right on. We had a generator, and we sent out a signal. The ships and the airplanes would take a reading, and then they would know exactly where they were stationed. On the ocean or in the air.
So this was all navigation? This was all
all navigation. That's all we did. And we were never to tell anybody what we did. That was a big secret. This is the Loran, and this is where we kept track of the signals.
Secret because the Loran machine allowed Allied forces to navigate without voice or radio contact, critical for D-Day.
They had put Loran on a lot of the ships that were going over, taking the troops over to France. The weather was so bad that they wouldn't have got over if it hadn't been for Loran.
A machine so crucial, the Wrens at Vaquero were under order to protect the station against possible German threats.
You had a fair amount of weaponry there.
We did. We had dynamite. We had Bren guns, we had Sten guns, and we had rifles, which none of us could lift.
So what was the plan for all that weaponry?
The story was shoot, set the dynamite, and then run like hell.
You were going to blow the Quonset hut. If you were threatened, blow the whole thing up.
blow the whole thing up, and then run down the road.
Because the intelligence inside was that secret, that important.
Yeah.
There are the few pictures left, the stories that get softer around the edges with time, but the feelings, those are as raw now as they ever were. So how old were you when the idea of enlisting just started to be a buzz conversation in your world?
Oh, probably when all the boys were leaving.
Can you imagine a memory so fresh, so acute, that 70 years later it can haunt like that?
You never did any of this without thinking of the guy on the beaches.
Do you think it cost the Wrens? I mean, in the sense of recognition for what they did, do you think that the idea that so many secrets were held for so long, people didn't get their due?
It's a fact of war. Do you know there were people who jumped over into the enemy lines, who were taken prisoner, or who came back having been there and spied, and they never got compensated either.
Mrs. Elsa Lassard, now lay I read on behalf of the veterans of the Royal Green Navy and the
The women have always been there, you know, on and on and on and on. So women have always been there for the man during war.
And the thank yous have sometimes been a long time coming. But even now, or perhaps especially now, while the likes of Elsa are still able to soak them in, they matter.
Well, coming up next on The National, their mothers sent them outside to play hockey 50 years ago, and they've never given up. Their holiday tradition, next in our moment. Three best friends in BC never dreamt their childhood tradition of post-Christmas hockey would last all the way into their adulthood, but it has. And this year, their game is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Evolving over the years to include neighbors, girlfriends, spouses, eventually children, now grandchildren. And this year, everyone gathered to reconnect and celebrate a game 5 decades in the making. This is our moment.
We met as youngsters back in the late 60s. It was a big time for Vancouver hockey. Following Christmas, you were getting lots of hockey-related materials to go out and play, either sticks or jerseys. And so a bunch of us from the neighborhood, we would go outside to play. And that started this tradition of going out on Christmas Day. And of course, we continued that over many decades. But now we refine it to really just playing once a year, no invites. Everybody knows it will be here on the Saturday after Christmas. I never expected this would ever have happened all these many years.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm Dan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I think this is great. And that's why I wanted to come out and see what the hell's going on. You know, the guys have been going on for 50 years. It's unbelievable.
Go play hockey outside. That was a refrain back then in Canada. Go play hockey outside. And we did. We never came back in.
Pretty good. My mom says, go outside, get outside, stay outside, just get away from us while we're doing our thing. And they keep going 50 years later. Quite something, although there's a guy there playing in shorts, which just makes me jealous not being in Vancouver. That is the National for Sunday, December 29th. I'm David Common. Have a great night.